$1 million to broke in a couple of years. Here's the story. Someone reached out to me asking about starting a business, and they said, well, Leo, I have a lot of experience already, so I already know what to do. And I said, okay, tell me about it. And we started talking about how he was doing $3 million a year and making about $1 million in profit. Of course, buying, the toys, the Lamborghinis, the Porsches, the expensive toys, and shortly after broke. So I see this a lot. And by the way, do you realize that I think it is 70%, 70 or 80% of people that win the lottery usually end up in worse situation or worse off or broke or bankrupt after winning the lottery? 70 or 80% end up being worse off than before winning the lottery. So, we deal with a 2,000-year-old lizard brain, and we are anything but logical. Human beings are anything but logical. Anyways, what happened was he was in the in business and using pay-per-click campaigns. That's the point that I want to make here. Using pay-per-click campaigns, and created a business that did over $3 million. And as we've seen for the last 10 years, pay-per-click campaigns are getting more and more expensive. And the return on investment is dwindling, right? I have a client that does $50,000 a month on pay-per-click campaigns. And, the reason why it keeps increasing is because, diminishing returns. So, and I've seen this happening for the past 10 or 12 years. We've seen this coming for a long time. And this is why I keep emphasizing social media organically, free of charge, just creating content to build trust, right? The quality of the lead that you get by building trust organically is way up here. Pay-per-click campaigns, people know that you don't deserve to be on the first page of Google, so the credibility from that lead is piss poor. So your closing ratio from a pay-per-click campaign is bad, atrociously bad. So even if you get, calls or emails or leads, the closing ratio is pretty bad because you haven't established any credibility with them, right? The reason why you want to use social media and post a lot of content is so you build credibility, so people know who you are. This is why I post so many videos, so you know who I am and what I'm all about. And, out of 1,700 videos, you get a pretty good idea who Leo is, right? And that's how you build credibility. And I build a situation where people come to me. In fact, my videos get me in front of 20 million future potential clients every 14 days, 10 to 14 days, right? So create a situation where clients come to you. So going back to this original person who was doing $3 million, made over $1 million in net profit, and was spending more than 1.5 million in pay-per-click campaigns because it was digital products, it was high margins and so on. And all of a sudden, going from making $1 million in profit, all of a sudden going broke, because if you're not used to dealing with money, if you don't have a financial advisor, if you don't have a plan for when you build wealth, a fool and his money are quickly separated. You've heard that before, and that is so true, right? If you're not prepared for the attention that you're going to get, especially if you're driving Lamborghinis and Porsches and expensive vehicles, and you get gold diggers coming out of the woodwork, and family you haven't talked to in 20 years all of a sudden need a loan, right, for open heart surgery or whatever it is, right? Of course it's going to happen. You should be prepared for that. And first of all, you don't tell anyone. Your lifestyle shouldn't change at all. And you shouldn't touch, a penny of the principal. You should borrow against the assets, right? But that's a different conversation. So because this gentleman did everything by trial and error and did everything that he was told to do, and there's a 96% failure rate, and if you're being told everything from people in business, and there's a 96% failure rate in business, doesn't that mean 96% of the stuff you're being told is garbage and is going to send you to bankruptcy faster? I mean, doesn't that stand to reason? If there's a 96% failure rate in the industry, and you're getting information from the industry, does it stand to reason that the information you're getting is going to send you to bankruptcy 96% faster? Yes or no, right? Our systems, we've been learning, we have statistics going back more than 85 years from the companies that trained me and trained my team. We've been studying companies that are successful. What's the difference between this company and this company? They're both in the same product or service, but this company does 20 million or 100 million, and this company does 1 million, right? They're both doing the exact same product or service. Isn't there a difference in what they're doing? So once you figure out there's 33 tools that this company does and this company doesn't know about, and you start duplicating those systems and strategies, could that be a reason why in 40 years we have a 1% failure rate instead of a 96% failure rate? So going back to the gentleman, if he made mistakes in his original business by doing everything by trial and error, and he's learning from the industry, and the industry has a 96% failure rate, is it reasonable to expect that he's going to take all those mistakes, the 96% of mistakes, and apply that to the new business, right? And create a failure in the new business? Is that a reasonable expectation, right? I told him a similar story to that, and he was, that's ridiculous. And that's where the conversation started going south. And of course, he said he would think about it, and like more than 80% of the people have Zoom calls. When they say they're going to think about something, no, think about this for a second. If you can't make a decision when you have 100% of the information that you need to make that decision, if you can't make a decision with 100%, the next day, according to the statistics, you're going to remember about 10% of what was discussed the night before. If you wait longer than 24 hours, then chances are it's going to reduce even more from 10%. So if you can't make a decision when you have 100% of the information, how are you going to make a decision when you have 10% or 5% of the information? Now think about it. When was the last time you said, yeah, let me think about this? Are you falling for that trap, right? Because a business decision takes less than 8 seconds to make. You do the research, you ask the questions. I don't care if the research took 8 months to do or 3 months to do. Nothing takes 8 months to do. 30 days to do the research. Now it's time to make a decision. That decision should take less than 8 seconds because it's the statistical data that proves the decision you're about to make is the correct one. And here's the statistical data, right? That's how you make a business decision. But trying to have a conversation with people who make emotional decisions, thinking they're business decisions, is pretty tough. How are you making decisions, right? And if you don't have accurate financial data, your financial that's accurate from yesterday or this morning, how are you making decisions? So needless to say, that gentleman never signed up, never will sign up, and he's going to keep running his life doing things by trial and error. Are you doing things by trial and error, or you have statistical data proving that what you're doing is accurate? Post yes below. I know you're not the type to ask for help. Posting yes will do the equivalent. We'll talk again soon. My calendar link is on my profile. Take care.